Hi guys, it's Brookelynne and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I make videos twice a week, so on Tuesdays and on Fridays. And if you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for your continued love and support of my channel, and I'm really hoping you're enjoying my content. So today's video is going to be a first impression review on the Lancôme Teint Idole Ultra Foundation here, and that's what it looks like. This has been around for absolute years, and I've only just got around to trying it out now. I have the shade 10.3, which it seemed a bit dark for me, especially from a tan, like a fake tan skin. But the reason why I got it in that shade is because it was on offer, like ridiculously reduced down, in the Debenhams closing down sale in Belfast. And me and my friends went in on Thursday, and there was like loads of makeup, because Debenhams do makeup, well we did before it shut down. And there was loads of foundation, but the vast majority were in very dark, like black skin tones, and a few tan ones. I was like looking through, me and my friend Marina were looking through, and she managed to find the Benefit Hello Happy in her shade, like shade 9, and I found a few. I got some from mum and mother-in-law too, so and I got my one for myself. I was almost tempted to get another one. The worst one was a bit darker than this. It's the Clarins Everlasting Youthful one. It came in a lovely bottle too, and I'm regretting not getting that, even though I would have had to mix it in with a lighter foundation. But that bottle and the way it's like a dewy foundation, why did I not get that? But sure, less foundation sitting in the drawer when I'm not using it, do you know what I mean? So yeah, they really think, do I really need that? Would I really use that? And yeah, I know like out of the two I would have probably used this one more because it is fuller coverage. I wasn't quite sure about the Clarins one, but this one, it's like medium to full coverage. So this is actually meant to be a matte foundation. Well, it is a matte foundation. It's meant to give medium to full coverage and be long wearing, like 24 wearing claim. I'm hurting my head in. But when I was applying it, I applied it with a wee beauty blender, like the knockoff beauty blender, and I used the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer and the W7 Glow Prime underneath, because I knew I've done makeup on a friend who uses this foundation, and when I was going on her skin, it did go on quite, like it was like a drier foundation, so I needed to put some moisturiser into my skin before I put this foundation on, because yeah, my skin isn't like dry. Well, my body is, like I need to moisturise my body every time I get out of the shower because I have like dry skin. But the face, kind of combination, I've got like an oilier clean zone, but it's not too oily, if that makes sense. And sometimes a little bit down my nose, and my cheeks are like, tend to get more drier and dehydrated, but I never end up with dry patches on my face, if that makes sense. So I need something, like I need a primer that kind of gives me a glow and smooths. So I found when I was using that beauty blender, I found this one does dry very quick. Not too quick, it does give you time to work with it, but it was taking ages to kind of blend it into the skin. I'm not sure about a brush, I haven't tried it with a brush yet, I just used my sponge. But I would say if you're in a rush, it might be a bit of an issue for you, because if you like a foundation that goes on quick and blends in quick, this isn't it, unless you use a brush or something like that. If it works differently with a brush, I don't know. But I did find you had to like go over it to blend it. I did mix it, like the second layer. The first layer just did it on its own, with no kind of mixing. I had to add a bit of my Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless foundation in it, just to lighten up a little bit, but not too much, only literally a dab of it, and it worked a treat, and it's not too bad. Yes, the undertones are off. It's annoying me too. If it's annoying you, it's annoying me too. I would definitely say if I had it in the right shade, I'm not guarding too much, I couldn't garden too much because I did get it for like £4, so, and it's normally like £34–35. I will put the price there, so I can't really complain too much. But if I could find like the exact shade, like a nice olive tone, I would get that like any day over this shade if I found like one just looked olivey. So the packaging is very simple looking. It's fancy enough, but it isn't too fancy, and it does have a good kind of weight to it because it is made of glass, as you can tell. It's glass. I love the wee gold leafy design at the top of it. What am I saying, love? and it does have like easy to read black writing all the way through it and the shade. And I wish it was a bit bigger, to be honest. I wish it was more clear, but it is easy enough. But I think we could work on making that a little bit brighter and bigger, like the shade name and number, just so people can read it. Because I'm registered blind, I'm severely visually impaired, and I can just about get it when I'm up close, but someone who's worse sighted than me wouldn't be able to read that. So I definitely think they should work on it, like make that a bit bigger. And I think I might come with a box, but I just got it on its own because it was in the sale. But if they could like put like a bigger like a leaflet with the box with bigger writing, just so people can read it. But yeah, I like the packaging regardless. The pump, it has a wee pump, and the pump is black. Like, I like the way it's kind of matching, and the pump's quite good. It does pump out a decent amount. I used about, was it 1.5, maybe 2 including that mixer foundation, but I'll say 1.5 to 2 would get you full coverage. Not maximum full, it does still show skin, but you get full coverage of 2 pumps. One pump's more medium. So, and the smell does have a nice light perfumey smell. I didn't smell it going on, but it does when you set the thing. It does have a nice light kind of like that perfumey smell, so that's nice. If you're irritated by any type of smell, I would say stay away from it, but I think because it's that light you wouldn't really notice it. Well, you could because everyone's different at the end of the day, but I don't really mind smells as long as they're not bad smells, if you know what I mean. But I actually kind of like smells in makeup. I just love the Too Faced stuff where it's all scented. I actually really love that. But I know some people like find like smelly makeup, like scented makeup, can make their skin irritated. Like if you have highly sensitive skin, my skin is sensitive, but it isn't highly sensitive. It isn't the most sensitive skin on the world, but it is in the sensitive category. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just like all over the place. But yeah, it is quite a dear foundation, so if you're on a budget, it may not be the right one for you. You can get ones that are just as good for a more affordable price. I would say, what does nice matte foundation? Revlon Colorstay do a nice matte foundation, and it's similar, like it dries down similar. And I think the cover might be even a bit better in the Revlon Colorstay, I don't know. I think the number 7 do a matte foundation, even W7 do a matte foundation, and Revolution, you can find a matte foundation like similar to this but a lot cheaper if you're on a budget. But if you have the money to spend on this foundation and you want to get a nice matte foundation that does have really good coverage to it, but it isn't cakey, like it isn't going to look like a big mask on your face, this one might be for you. But if you're looking for a light coverage foundation, I would say stay away from it because it's not light. And it does, I would say it does have, like you can feel it on your skin. That's what I'm trying to say. You can feel it definitely on your skin as you move your face around. Like I can feel it like sitting on my skin. It doesn't really bother me, but for people who like a weightless, like light, like natural looking foundation, that's not going to be for you, and you'll find it bothers you, especially if you're not used to it. I would say if you have mature skin, be careful of it, and especially if you have dry skin, don't go near it if you have dry skin because it is quite matte, especially even with my like primers and all I have underneath it. It does feel quite matte going on. Like, it does give me a luminous glow because I have that luminous primer underneath it, but I would say if you've got really, especially if you've got very dry skin, I would say don't go near it. Especially like the same kind of rule with the Estée Lauder Double Wear. If you've got very dry skin, don't go near it because it will cling. Unless you do like prep your skin, if you want to just try it out, just really prep your skin, exfoliate, dry patches, really moisturise, maybe it might be alright. But I say it's more targeted to people who have oilier skin, probably normal to like very oily skin, because I did see some reviews of people who have oilier skin really loving this foundation. But it all just depends, everyone's different. I would say, is it worth it? I would say yes and no. For me, I do prefer my Huda Beauty Faux Filter foundation and my Too Faced Born This Way foundation over this, because yeah, while they are like full coverage, they're not as drying. I find this one to be drying on my skin. I would say the Too Faced Born This Way especially isn't drying. Huda Beauty isn't really that drying, to be honest, even though it is a matte foundation, but it's like a luminous matte. But I find I get more lim foundations than this one. I could be wrong, I could end up liking it more because throughout this day, or throughout this day, I did find at the start I was iffy on it because of the colour and the way it was kind of feeling drying. But as I went on about my day, I actually preferred it more. So I don't know. I would say I still prefer my Huda and my Too Faced foundations over this. For mature skin, definitely be careful, as I said before. I was saying before when I was trying it on, I couldn't get my as I was saying before when I was trying it on, I couldn't get why people who had mature skin, people in their 40s and 50s, and all loving this, because I was thinking, would that not settle into the wrinkles and be too dry on you? But I think it just depends on the skin type. Everyone's different at the end of the day, so if you have a skin type like me, yeah, you might be able to get away with it, but as long as you prep and moisturise your skin. But if you're any drier than me, no. Unless you really moisturise your skin, but probably no. If you have oily skin, you will love this because it does last. It does last. I did notice a bit of transfer around my nose when I did wipe up, because my nose runs. It's the most annoying thing, especially when I'm wearing makeup. When I'm outside, just must be hay fever or something like that. But yeah, it does transfer a little bit, but it does last. Obviously, I can't really say too much because I've only just tried it once. But I might do an updated detailed review on it and maybe try it out without the illuminating primer, just to get a feel for what the foundation truly looks like on my skin. Because obviously illuminating primer does throw off the shade a little bit, so not the shade, the actual finish of the foundation. So yes, I will cut to me applying it and my kind of check-ins now. Okay, so I'm gonna just prep my skin before I apply this foundation. So this is Lancôme Teint Idole Ultra Foundation. I've got it. I actually got this in Debenhams for like £4 or something like that, because they were closing down and the Debenhams in Belfast had loads of foundations. The majority of them, like the vast majority, were all like very dark black skin, but I found a few tan ones that will work hopefully with my fake tan. So this is the shade 10.3, I think it is. This one, 10.3. I'm not sure if I've tried this this foundation in the past, but I think I've definitely tried it on someone else, like who I've done the makeup for and they had the foundation. So I am going to prep it for more a glowy base, because I did find it went all like drying. First of all, starting out with the e.l.f. Cordless Body Primer, my fave. Just taking a small amount of this, just about that much, and just gonna put my finger. I think I might grab more, just to really prep limb areas. Just start balancing my backbone. Right. Ah, that's really smooth out your skin, so it does. This is the best primer I've ever tried, to be honest, for smoothing your skin. It really does kind of smooth and prep your skin for makeup. And of course, I've been loving this primer. It's the W7 Glowing Primer. So basically like a liquid illuminator but a primer, if that makes sense. A couple of pumps of that because my skin is feeling dry. So I have a review on both of these. I think I do have one else. I think I have one in this one anyway. But you probably see me using the e.l.f. one a lot in my videos, especially these past couple of months when I've got it, because it is, I mean, the best primer I found. Like, it's better than the Professional, and this primer I'm putting on now, the glowy one, the W7 Glow Prime, is like a dupe of the Laura Mercier Radiance Primer. 100% dupe. I absolutely love it, and it's only like £3 or £4, so Yeah, I think it's worth £5, I'm not entirely sure. Around that price anyway, it's very affordable. So, and I think it's around £5 anyway. I've done a review on it, so I'll link it down below if I remember. But there's a very affordable primer considering the Laura Mercier one's like 30 quid or something. This one's just does the same job, basically. So, because I've done 2 pumps, my face is very glowy, and I'm going to wet my sponge. Hard as usual. But, okay, so the sponge is all dampened, so I'm going to go in with applying this foundation. So I think this might be a bit too dark, so I might have to mix in some of my Maybelline foundation into it. I'll see, I'll pump it out into my hand and I'll see how it is. Yep, it might be. I'll just put some on my face anyway to show you, but may have to add some lighter foundation just to mix in with it. But that, I think that'll match you perfectly if I had 2 layers of tan on. I've only got 1, so I should probably just put an extra layer on, but I couldn't be bothered yesterday, so there's that. It's quite a medium to thick consistency. It is running down, but it isn't drippy. It's more like definitely a thicker, but not too thick. A thick one would just sit there and not run. This one's running, but it isn't running loads. It's just like a medium to thick liquid foundation. So, I'm not sure the price of this one. I will put it down here, but it's probably one of the dear one. Yeah, I think we'll need to have a lighter foundation mixed in with this, but I'm going to just do 1 layer just to show you. Hope it isn't too cool tone. Well, I can't complain. I only got it for like £4 anyway, so can't complain about it. Wish I went in the town like when it all opened up and I could have got myself like a foundation for even my pale skin tone, but didn't. So just gonna use that wee sponge. This is like the Makeup Gallery sponge. It's actually quite good. It's £1 and it's quite a good sponge. And just like shoving makeup on it. I don't really see the point in spending like a bomb on like makeup brushes and all. Obviously like, I would treat myself to the odd occasional high-end makeup purchase, but to be honest, these days drugstore like it's kicking it, you know what I mean? Like drugstore is really good. About 5 or 6 years ago we said no, high-end better, you get better results and all, and yes, some cases yeah it is, but to be honest, drugstores just some stuff is just as good if not better. Some stuff is just as good if not better. So yeah, it might not be too bad, I don't know. I think I will add a tiny bit of Maybelline when I'm into it, but definitely for a double layer of tan this would be quite good, but for a light medium tan, no. People absolutely love this foundation for like a full coverage going out. I got some in my other hand, and so far I think it's taken a bit longer to blend it into into my skin. Like other foundation wouldn't take that long to blend. Okay, so just using whatever's left on my hands to give my cheeks a bit more coverage, because I tend to get red sometimes, so I like to cover that up and make sure that's all covered and flawless looking. It's a bit too on the orange side of my liking, I'm not entirely sure. And this lighting, it does look a little bit on the warm orange side. I do like a warm foundation, but not a warm, if that makes sense. I like something more olive based, because the tans I choose more like olive based tans and stuff like that, and I like to have a foundation match that. The shades I normally use, if you don't really know me, for my fake tan, like my mental fake tan, I use Latte and Swan by Too Faced. I use Baklava. I could get away with Dolce Lattes from Huda Beauty. Baklava is my go-to for a tan. Estée Lauder I would use if I'm like more medium tan, like starting to fade off, I would use Ivory Beige for like more dark tan, shell beige, and for like in between the dark tawny. So it seems to be, I don't know if it's just me, but going a little bit funny in my cheeks. No, I think this one is a bit too warm toned for my skin, like my tan skin. It's too orangey, green on the orangey side. I wish it was Oliver. Oliver? Who's Oliver? No, I wish I had a more of olive tone. But that's like one pump. I would say the coverage is quite like a medium. I would say you can get up the full with 2 pumps. I don't know, I might try it with 2 pumps. I really don't know about this colour, like it's too warm. It really is too warm. Like I need something olive. I really do need something olive on my skin. I will. Should I try to mix some of the Maybelline into it? I might. But then I can't defeat the purpose of reviewing this. I think I'll have to because it is too it's too orange. Sorry, it's too orange of me. But get a close up of what it looks like on the skin. It does feel quite dry on my skin, I'm not going to lie. It does feel dry because it's a very matte foundation. That's why I had to put Chloe products underneath it, because my skin is dehydrated. It's the combination, it gets more oily in the T-zone and down here, like mainly this part. And then more dehydrated and a bit drier, not like dry patches, but a little bit drier on my skin, on my cheeks and stuff. So I have to use hydrating primers and stuff like that, well, glowy primers. I don't know. Like, it wouldn't be so bad if I got a better colour, but I suppose I got it for £4, so I shouldn't be yapping so much, but I still wish I got an olive colour. People are going to think I'm ungrateful. People are probably thinking, love, you got a flipping Lancôme Teint Idole Ultra Foundation for £4. Shut up. Right, I'm going to use this Maybelline Fit Me Foundation shade F105. Just a wee dab of it, like a tiny bit, because I just want to lighten this up a little bit. This one's actually for my like naturally pale skin. Even this is too dark for my skin, the way it is, with no fake tan or anything on. That's a bit too dark, but for dark hair it's fine. But yeah, I'm going to do like a tiny bit, like that. Mix it in together and try and get it to match up nice. I am going to use a Latte concealer and stuff like that underneath it, so don't worry. Yeah, it's getting a bit more of a colour. I'm just thinking, see, if this doesn't work for my skin, I'm going to be raging. I really am going to be raging if it doesn't work for my skin. Because there's all different, there's loads, there's Cast Fontaine and all, Benefit and all. My friend Marina, she got like shade 9 and Benefit Hello Happy. And I was tempting to get that one, but that one isn't full coverage. But or like the Chanel by Illuminator, I had ones where I could work for my skin, they had bare minerals and all. See if this doesn't work, I'm going to cry. I was going to pick up the Clarins one, but it was darker than this, so it would have been too dark, especially even for my mental fake tan skin, it would have been just too dark. And if it would have been a wee bit lighter, like a touch lighter, well, I could have probably bought it and just mixed it in with another foundation. But don't be me, I didn't think. Okay. Yeah, it is quite dry on my skin. I would say if you have dry skin, avoid this foundation like the plague. Because it, like, I would say it's similar to the Double Wear, like Estée or Double Wear, but a bit more dry than that. I don't know. Even with my illuminating primers and all, you can still see the glow for it, don't get me wrong. You can still see that nice glow. It's nice looking, it's nice on the skin. It doesn't look like really dry or anything, but I think it could have the potential to if you didn't have proper prep on. But definitely, see if you have any kind of dry patches, any dry skin, avoid. But if you've got oily skin, this will be your best mate. So I'm gonna go grab a concealer and get back to you. Okay, so I'm using this Makeup Obsession Mega Concealer in the shade 4, I think. Yeah, it's 04. Just gonna apply it to the centre of my face and underneath the eyes, just the usual places I can see. But yeah. So speaking of this foundation, like women in their 40s and 50s use this foundation and love it. I don't get tired like I wouldn't think it'd be friendly to wrinkles. Like I wouldn't really think it'd be friendly to wrinkles. So I'm not getting how like people who are in their 40s and 50s can love this foundation unless you have oily skin. Then yeah, maybe you can get it. But if you've got dry skin, like mature, dry, dehydrated skin, I'm not sure how you get to love this foundation. Is it not like settling into everything? Don't get me wrong, I'm not like flipping slating this foundation. It's be good for people who have oily skin, but just here's my women who have like mature skin love this foundation, and it says it's the best for their skin and all, and I'm just like, well, if it works for your skin, it works for your skin, but anyone who's dry skin, but they sure looks nice. Not saying it's a horrible foundation, it's nice. I think I'm just saying because the shade's not right in my skin, it just now feels quite dry. The concealer seems to go on well over top, but like to blend in no problem. Okay, so I think I would like this foundation a little bit more if it was the right shade for me, but it actually isn't too bad. It's nice, but I would definitely say prep it. Hang on, I'm gonna blend this wee line out because I just prep it on your skin before you apply it. But I'm going to use like a powder and all, and powder, like the rest of makeup, powder, bronzer, blush, eyeshadow and mascara. I'll do the rest of the makeup off screen and get back to you. Okay, so makeup is all done, and here's what the face looks like with everything on it. I might spray down some setting spray, I might not, I don't know. But it doesn't feel too bad. It's one of them foundation you can definitely tell you have it on your face because you can feel it. But yeah, obviously I'm going to brush with her before I go out, but that highlight looks crazy, doesn't it? That is the Makeup Obsession. I think it's like the lightning one. It's very light, I know, but yeah, I'm going to go and finish off and check in after I've been out and back and stuff like that. But so far this is quite good, but it is drying, so I would say for oily skin definitely, and the coverage looks definitely full now because I have to put 2 coats out of it. But yeah, I like it more when I have makeup on, like the rest of the makeup on, but I'm actually starting to like it even more now. But yeah, I'll come back and check in. Okay, so it's 8:15, I think it is, yeah, 8:15. I've been back a couple of hours from being out. The foundation close up, it actually doesn't look too bad. I thought it looked a little bit patchy on my forehead. I don't know if it really does. A wee bit, not too bad. But I think you can definitely see more of the glow coming through on it. Did have to touch up around like the beauty blender, like up here, because my nose was running and it was like kind of going all separating. So I had to like just points with the foundation in the beauty blender just to touch it up and blend my nose part in, because the worst thing about me, my nose does run sometimes, and when I wear makeup on, it's a nuisance. So yeah, it actually just looks nice. I think the longer I wear it, the more I like it, because of that primer underneath. The primer's just making it look better and better and better. I haven't tried it without the glowy primer. I might do, but I think it's better with the primer just because it gives that extra bit of luminous to it. And obviously my lipstick and all is worn off. I haven't touched that up yet. I will do after this wee clip, but I would say it's been on my face for 5 hours now. Yeah, around 5 hours, because I put it on, actually 5.5 hours, because I put it on at 3:15 or around that time when it's come up to 3, so near enough come up to 5.5 hours. So it looks decently well. Like, I would say the colour match is still quite off. It doesn't look too bad in this lighting, but you can tell my tan here on my neck is more olive tone. This one's more to orange, from like even here you can tell. Oh, yeah. I would say it would, because I've mixed a bit of like the lighter foundation in it, I would definitely get a lighter shade. I think this colour on its own, like without, you've seen it before, without me mixing a bit of that Maybelline Fit Me into it, it would have been fine for like a double coated tan, but because we only have a single coat on, it's too dark. But I would say the thing that's thrown me off is definitely an undertone. I wish I got one of an olive undertone, but then again I can't really complain too much, because I did get it only for like £4. So out of the Debenhams closing down sale, so I can't jap too much. But I think if I was paying the full price, which is I think it's around £35 flat, I'm not entirely sure, I would jap. I'm okay with this colour, I would jap. I've seen and watched a few reviews on it today, and I think they do have nice olive undertones. I think the shade 4.5 would be good for me, because it is like that warm olive undertone, and it's like nice for a tan. It's like a bit of a yellowy, warmy undertone. Seen Nikki Joy like wearing that in her video of the day. I just watched it, and yeah. So if I was going to get it again, if I liked it that much, and I decided once around that foundation to get it again, I would get it in like one that's more suitable for my olive fake tan. So there's that. And yeah, I'll probably come back from the final thoughts. I'm just trying to stage this out and do the review properly. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this video. Hope I didn't ramble on too much, and I'll see you again for the next one. Stay gorgeous. God bless. Bye.